MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
And whether your business is producing cars or producing television programs, you always have to consider the needs of the market. Sometimes that means taking the risk of trying to give consumers what they want before they know they want it. Case in point, Jaguar. With better quality control than ever before, they've been on the comeback trail. The demand for this familiar XJ6 just keeps on growing. So what do? Well, they're going to dump this XJ6 and come out with a whole new car. So now it's time to see just how much of a risk Jaguar is taking.
A big one. But Jaguar wasn't going to take the risk of changing the name. The new car is still called XJ6. And in truth, styling hasn't changed much. The lines have just been smoothed out. Round quad headlights serve as a reminder of the old car. Flush composite ones are only available on the European versions for now, but we wish they were offered here. As for dimensions, vital measurements are fractionally larger than before. Plus, the new car is 200 pounds lighter and doesn't share a single part with the old XJ6. Inside, there also seems to be more evolution than revolution, but lots of little improvements. There are better power controls for the front seats, but still no position memory. The handbrake is now a handle adjacent to the console, and the seats have more support. But with the sunroof that comes standard, drivers over 6 feet will be short on headroom. It's not until you look at the XJ6 dash that you realize how different this car is from the old one. Virtually all systems are computer controlled. The XJ6 has a total of 7 microprocessors. But Jaguar didn't go overboard. The secondary gauges are the only ones with electronic readouts. The tach and speedometer are traditional analog. And Jaguar replaced its warning lights with one computerized trouble diagram. In addition to being advanced, everything is arranged fairly well. The trip computer and cruise control are situated on the pad to the right of the wheel. Lights and signals are on the pad to the left. But here are some things we didn't like. The horn is located on the turn signal stalk, no doubt to make room for an eventual airbag. Designing for the airbag also means the steering wheel telescopes but doesn't tilt. Since the seat adjusts for height, it's a feature we don't think anyone will miss. And here's a feature we liked. This unique J shifter that lets you manually shift the 4-speed automatic without the danger of hitting an unwanted gear. It's been dubbed the Randall handle after Jaguar design chief J.N. Randall. Ventilation and climate control is excellent. There's a manual override and buttons to let you change interior humidity. The standard sunroof has 2 positions but no tilt-up vent position. Fully open, it causes a lot of buffeting until you open a rear window. But rear seat passengers in the XJ6 get a lot more headroom than before, plus shoulder belts. And on the Vanden Plas, walnut picnic table trays. And plenty of storage in the center armrest, for which you give up third passenger seating room. There are reading lights for 2, and ashtrays that are also entertaining to watch. And back in the boot, there's a new upright position for the spare tire, and a compartment deep enough to store a spare Austin Mini or 2. But judging by all the endurance testing that Jaguar has documented for the XJ6, it shouldn't leave anyone stranded. The new inline 6 should keep it moving right along. It measures 3.6 liters and is the only aluminum inline 6 in production anywhere. But don't let the word aluminum scare you. The cylinder liners are made of steel. With 4 valves per cylinder, the engine's rated at 181 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. Fuel delivery is by Lucasport fuel injection. This is a smooth-running engine, but our early production car did have a rough idle. The 3.6 makes its power at a higher RPM than most engines these days. In fact, we couldn't get our XJ6 to spin its tires off the starting line. So 0 to 60 times were a little disappointing at 11 seconds. But quarter-mile times were very good, averaging 17.5 seconds at 84. The XJ6 also gets anti-skid brakes, the latest system from Bosch. It pulled our Jag down from 55 with a very short average distance of 98 feet. Best of all, the brake pedal doesn't pulsate violently as in some other cars with anti-skid brakes. But here's where the XJ6, believe it or not, really shines. Steering feel is good, plow is minimal, and the car just feels unflappable. While we've been impressed by the handling of some big German sedans in the past, we have to move the Jag ahead of them all. The same goes for its cushy ride, while its interior sound level is impressive too, 65 decibels at 55. The EPA rates the Jaguar XJ6 at 19 city, 29 highway. Our own figure was slightly less at 18. And what about price? Well, it begins at $40,500. Our top model Vanden Plas will set you back $44,500. That's expensive, sure, but still thousands cheaper than all of its competition. But the best thing about the XJ6 is ride and handling, followed by interior comfort, braking performance, and overall good design and value. Minor misses include too much wind noise from the sunroof, no position memory for seat adjustments, and lackluster low-speed power. In safety matters, the XJ6 passes with halogen headlights, radial tires, 5-mile-per-hour bumpers, and rear seat shoulder belts. It fails to have passive restraints for now, though airbags will appear later, and Jaguar tells us that if you really want an automatic front seat belt, it can be added. So Jaguar has taken quite a risk with the new XJ6, but current Jaguar owners will have plenty to remind them that this is still a Jaguar. And the owners of other European luxury cars will also be impressed, because the new XJ6 is, quite simply, the best luxury sedan that money can buy.